Just gonna retake the
Now
utility
let's
right
the
now.
beginning of the
Man, if that drops,
beautiful live
break
stream
loose. All
of
hell will be unleashed. Trade still actually looking favorable here from the defender's side as Laz is down to single digits at this point. Izu thankfully not spotted by Nahant as they call in X-Grid reinforcements. Smoke's about to go down. 40 seconds. And all still up in the air here, Quack, especially now that, again, the chamber is available for contact.
Very close to it. It is definitely possible. Well, it depends on how
Wanna
sharp
be a
X-Grid
fun
can still
check?
be.
Let's
They
check
don't
out.
want to lose the guns. Laz on the Bulldog. They have to make their way through. 20 seconds left.
20 seconds left.
Pop shots, isn't he? Yeah, he is.
Oh,
15 seconds,
crazy, man.
They're all reloading. Oh my gosh, they actually go for around the peaks.
Oh,
10 more seconds.
pick किया,
He's
pick
gotta
पे
have
मारा,
to
pick
find
पे
the
मारा,
spike
pick
here.
पे मारा,
Izu's
pick
getting
पे
closer
मारा.
and closer. My heart cannot take this. And
Bye. Yo.
what a round from T1.
भाई T1 का round.
2 pistols up against 3 rifles. Yes,
भाई
Laz was
यार,
low, but
crazy.
wow. And you just think
Crazy
about how
round,
it all starts off,
crazy,
right? You got
crazy.
ZETA playing it safe.
Why?
that
What
was
do you think,
good.
guys?
They
Crazy
used
match.
toxic screen, just
भाई कौन
checking.
जीतेगा यार?
But then as soon as they go
It's like
up
भाई कि
around,
जीतेगा
you know,
कौन?
mid-link
I'm
area, that toxic screen
I'm
that
very
Rocky
curious, guys.
had,
जीतेगा
knocked
कौन?
off
I'm
so
very
much,
curious right
and
now.
rightfully so. Izu popping off, just playing around his dark
know,
cover.
chat.
Very good extension.
I am
Very good use of
curious
cover as well,
who's
as you
gonna win the
mentioned,
match.
to really put some hurt there
I'm
on Sugar
very
Zero.
much curious, chat.
Push out from X-Grid. If he stays here,
चुटकी
he can still
बजाया,
get that
चुटकी
value and
चुटकी.
get away with bloody
He's
murder
clicked
using
that
that rendezvous
चुटकी
of
बजाया,
his.
चुटकी चुटकी.
T1 truly on a warpath right now.
भाई war तो है भाई,
X-Grid's
war तो
back
दो squad
into
के बीच में
holding that
आएगा
B
ये.
main. Door's been opened up.
It's not a big deal, भाई तो
attackers
war तो होएगा ना
holding this
guys.
position on B. Aaron's about to just go into that embracing crosshair there of X here. Goes down, Spike as well along with him.
War.
Last to follow. T1.
War.
Chamber.
Yeah, not much to say. I mean,
Roar,
just the way that they're getting
roar,
the eliminations on this round. But I dare say, you know, this could be looking to be. This is looking to be one of T1's sharper maps. Just a couple of days ago, right? Playing against Bleed
Chat,
in the
one
first
second.
debut.
Some technical glitch in
Breeze
my
was picked by
chat reading में हो रहा.
Bleed, and then that one kind of
Nice.
went over
अभी ठीक है.
time, 18-16, really long. But
Yeah.
as soon as
Chat
Bleed went
now
over onto T1's
my
score, it's 13-6.
chat
That was
is
way
ready.
more
Yes.
decisive than anything that we have ever seen before.
Chat, say something in the chat. Come on, chat.
And Carpe was the one.
Type something, and if you are new to my channel, come on, subscribe it right now. Subscribe it and share it for these amazing, tournament matches. If you want to watch, just subscribe and share it. It's free of cost. Come on, chat.
Euron even having to change up
Subscribe
into a
right
rifle
now.
from his Odin as he needs a little bit more of that precise firepower.
भाई लगता है guys this round में T1 भाई करने वाले हैं guys. T1 कमाल करने वाले हैं. I'm definitely gonna guys say so कि guys T1 मारने वाली है बहुत भयंकर. Chat T1 तो बहुत मार रही है. भाई T1 तो बहुत मार रही है chat. T1 का एक प्लेयर डाउन और ZETA का तो 4 डाउन भाई. एक अकेला बचा केजे. लेफ्ट हैंड भाई केजे क्या केजे का इधर क्लच मारेगा? गाइस क्या लगता है तुम्हें केजे क्लच मारेगा या फिर यहाँ पे पोपट होने वाला है?
Does not have his turret, so
What do you think?
just about to hit this lurk, and he's looking to what's in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like, this round, you know, the way it starts off, of all
You
things,
want to
a
be
nade
fight?
kill from
You want
Saya
to do
player.
the
I'm not
fight,
quite
Jack?
exactly sure
Come
how
on,
that
let's go.
happened to some of
Let's
the ZETA
do
players,
it.
but it's not
Just
the way that
subscribe
you
it.
want the round to start, especially when you're starting things off with a full buy. It's just knocked right on over. Maybe they... Was it a teleport? Yeah. Just tossed right into the spot, kind of anticipating
It's a crazy
ZETA's game
match,
plan.
chat.
And then at that point, it's already a 3-on-5.
It's a crazy match.
It's just because of nades.
Do you know who accurate is chamber?
Sees at name.
Oh,
क्या?
yeah, you're right.
So
क्या कह रहे? I got it
it's
भाई
a
आप.
double whammy. You cannot
भाई वो
escape
मार
that once you
कैसे रहे
get
यार? मैं यार मेरे अभी तो
tethered
समझ
in,
रहा हूँ.
so
अभी तो मैं समझने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ भाई वो लोग मार कैसे रहे हैं। अभी इंटरेस्टिंग लग रहा है तो अभी देख रहा हूँ, इंटरेस्टिंग फिर इनके बारे में जानेंगे। एक्यूरेट के भाई तो एक्यूरेट के तो भाई काफी ज्यादा ही वो हैं। चेंबर का भाई जो मार रहे। By the way, क्या हाल है? I caught it brother, कैसे हो आप? चेंबर का भाई जब देखो 2 किल के बाद उसका अल्ट रेडी हो जाएगा, उसके बाद वो अपना पर्सनल ऑपरेटर निकाल के मारेगा। स्विच करे यार चेंबर के ऊपर और भाई काफी इंटरेस्टिंग मैच है यार। ऐसा लग रहा है यार भाई भारी पड़ने वाले बट कुछ क्या नहीं। ओह चुटकी 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 बजाया भाई उसने। क्रेजी चुटकी मारा भाई उसने। मेरा चैट स्ट्राइक है क्या? ना ना चैट स्ट्राइक नहीं है, कोई लिख नहीं रहा कुछ। ओह ओके तो गाइस अभी इस राइट नाउ भाई T1 के पास एडवांटेज है क्योंकि इनके 5 प्लेयर्स अलाइव हैं। जेटा के तो भाई 3 डाउन। और यहाँ ओडिन का बहुत ही अच्छा उपयोग करते हुए हमारे T1 के प्लेयर रॉसी ओडिन यूज कर रहा है ब्रो। Dude, रॉसी इज यूजिंग ओडिन। बट यहाँ तो T1 जीत गई भाई। भाई क्या लगता है यहाँ पे गाइस डिसाइडिंग राउंड होगा यहाँ पे या फिर इसी में ही कंक्लूजन निकल जाएगा कि भाई जेटा जीत रही है या T1? What is your chamber is PRX for second brother? अरे यार इधर तो बोर्ड T1 लिखा है ना, PRX तो लिखा है नहीं। PRX का प्लेयर थोड़ी है भाई, उन्होंने फिर चेंज किया होगा हो सकता है। अकॉर्डिंग बाय PRX का प्लेयर है क्या I mean accurate। भाई ये तो भाई कुछ नया ही मैच मतलब हुआ है, नया ही वो है। चेंबर इज PRX।
First things first, they have to flush out X here. As long as they don't hear that snap of the fingers, they already know that he's still somewhere right in front of them.
ओ चुटकी बजा बच गया, बिल्कुल डैमेज नहीं, नो डैमेज।
They got a couple of seconds, but the thing is,
काफी अच्छी चुटकी बजाई भाई चेंबर ने। Accurate is काफी accurate by the way। Accurate is so much accurate right now chat। Accurate is so much accurate।
TP out. And the cycle, the ruthless cycle continues.
Not just Excure, right? You got Izu on this.
Oh, यहाँ पे raise called, raise called. Can raise take someone in result? Miss raise misses alt. Okay, UC missed.
But of course, ZETA has to play really.
UC missed by raise.
And with all that, it just burns down the timer a little bit
यार
more.
मुझे लगा रेस कुछ ना कुछ तो प्लेयर कोई ना कोई को तो खाएगी भाई, लेकिन कैसे अभी राइट नाउ भाई दोनों के स्क्वाड में पांचों के पांचों टीममेट्स अलाइव हैं। यहाँ चेंबर का अल्ट रेडी है और बस चेंबर का ही अल्ट रेडी है।
Sugar Zero trying to reposition from the shadows.
He actually opens up the doorway as well. It looks like to be a fake.
चेंबर ने अपना अल्ट यूज किया।
That nade is going to be good for
क्या कह रहे हैं आप आई कॉट कुछ कह रहे क्या या कुछ नहीं कह रहे आप? हाँ तो चैट में कुछ लिख ही नहीं रहे तो मैं पढ़ूँ कैसे भाई क्रे। बाकी आपका प्रोसेसर स्लो है या बेकार? आई सेड कि ही इज PRX फॉर सेकंड का भाई। अच्छा अरे यार मुझे भाई तुमको लिखना है भाई, आपको ऐसे लिखना चाहिए ना भाई कि वो 4 से PRX के उसका ब्रदर है भाई, ऐसे बोलो ना फिर भाई। मुझे क्या पता, मुझे लगा ब्रदर भाई। ये ठीक है मतलब ठीक है भाई, मेरी खिंचाई कर लो आप, सबसे बढ़िया। नाइस ठीक है भाई, इसके बारे में भाई बाद में हम चर्चा करेंगे, बाद में अपन चर्चा कर लेंगे।
And he knows how to position himself. He knows how to play, you know, cut bait. Let's hang back. Maybe side player drops.
Literally.
But Excurate goes in with the team. He finds his frags with the operator, with the headhunter, and he's still sharp. He's still sharp on that thing.
And again, there is no real counter
Chat timeout 30 seconds timeout 40 seconds timeout बस timeout खत्म होने वाला है 30 seconds timeout only 30 seconds chat जब तक आप जहाँ सु करके आ जाएंगे timeout भाई literally जल्दी हो जाएगा खत्म don't worry timeout will be going to be you know rapidly over हो जाएगा no problem
ZETA Division, all the plays that they're trying to do is to alleviate, divert attention, force a rotation out of T1, but it isn't working because T1 knows that even if they don't rotate, they still have such a solid hold with all of the pieces spread out across the map.
Just wanted to play away from him, right?
भाई कॉन्टेक्स्ट आपने गड़बड़ दिया मेरे को मेरी क्या गलती भाई कॉन्टेक्स्ट आपने गड़बड़ दिया आप कॉन्टेक्स्ट गड़बड़ नहीं देते तो फिर मेरी क्या गलती भाई हाँ आई गॉट इट ब्रदर आपने बहुत ही वो दिया मेरे को वियर्ड सा यू नो यहाँ पे भाई T1 ZETA का इज अटैकिंग टीम है एंड T1 इज डिफेंडिंग टीम क्या T1 डिफेंड कर पाएगी या ZETA गोना भी यू नो भाई यहाँ पे ZETA क्या मार के निकालने वाली है क्या यहाँ पे ZETA बूम बूम मचा देगी ये बताओ आप वॉच बॉडी एक्सेस कैसे लिए अरे उधर वो उसके लिए फॉर्म भरना था बताया था ना बहुत पिछले साल भी फॉर्म भरा था वो यूएस वाला उधर से मिला मैंने फॉर्म भरा था ना उसमें से अभी मतलब भाई वो सिर्फ एक मेल आया था अब आई डोंट नो भाई वो किधर से आया बट आया है ओह चुटकी मारा अरे मैंने बोला था ना एक ऑडिट भाई कि वो मैं एक जब आपने बोला था ना तो मैंने वो अप्लाई करा था भाई पिछले साल लास्ट ईयर बाय द वे अभी T1 के भाई T1 जीतने वाली है मेरे को लग रहा है भाई ये सनसेट वाला होगा डिसाइडर राउंड आज होने वाला है आज डिसाइडर राउंड डेफिनेटली होगा मेरे को ऐसा लगता है जिस हिसाब से अभी मैचेस चल रहे हैं भाई उस हिसाब से लग रहा है डिसाइडर राउंड आज होगा क्योंकि भाई इससे पहले वाले में भी डिसाइडर राउंड नहीं हुआ था जो मैच दो टीम्स के बीच में हुई है उसमें भी डिसाइडर राउंड नहीं हुआ बट इस वक्त अभी होने वाला है I am coming in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. I'm coming in 2 minutes.
That's gotta hurt, man. 2 fronts. But of course, overwhelming firepower can also mean that the defense is not gonna look too hot, but I mean, if you can get these kills quickly enough, it shouldn't matter. Saya player holding that teeny tiny point of contact here. He gets smoked off himself. ZETA Division. Again, they're very much lost for kind of contact here.
Very crucial for them to get bits more space. And then here comes that depth. Oh, what is this?
Crazy.
Did he solve it, or was he just thinking, this
I'm
is
back, friends. I'm back.
Or Omen-sized pocket of a smoke.
Come back.
Yeah.
Come back हो
Let's see
गया,
if I
come
shoot
back हो
this
गया.
and then someone comes out. Izu does.
T1 भाई इतनी आसानी से हार नहीं मानने वाली
actually took this, that's the main thing.
T1 will
Very
not
crucial
lose
for Udon and
so
Sugar Zero to really block things off. The
easily.
toxic screen gives them a bit more space. Dep is
T1
then
इतनी जल्दी तो
allowed
हारने
to
वाले
get
हार नहीं
the
मानने
tree
वाली chat but
along
let's
with
see
the blast packs making their way onto
it's
site.
beyond the you know fantastic man.
That's the thing with double op, right? It's very difficult to retake with.
Yeah.
And especially if you got the
क्या ये
smokes and if you choose the right side, then
मारेगा
you kind of
मार तो पड़ रही है
render these ops
पिटाई तो पड़ रही है
somewhat,
chat
not as effective. And you might be able
oh
to have a better day.
missed
How close is that explosion going to take? Oh, that is
Round
turning into
win
a very
without-
risky endeavor.
oh ZETA win the
I
round
mean, the play was there. Rossi was
भाई
throwing out his
इतनी
smokes
देर
and
के बाद
everything
ZETA जीती है
to
भाई
punish
ऑलमोस्ट
ZETA
5 राउंड के
Division,
बाद
exit out
नहीं
onto
6 राउंड के
bubble.
बाद भाई 6 राउंड के
Didn't
बाद
work
यानी
out
7th
fully in the end.
फर्स्ट राउंड जीता
And
एंड
now
8th राउंड
T1
जीता है
said,
अपन यानी
"We're kinda
ZETA ने
dipping too
इनसे
much
पहले
into
भाई
the
पूरा
operators.
भाई
We
लेकिन
need
T1 भाई जो
someone
जीत
to
रही है
start
भाई तो
fighting for us
लगातार
just in
कंटिन्यूअस
case
जीत
this
रही है
happens,
यार
and then lo and behold, Saya players back
ऐसा
on
लग
top.
नहीं रहा भाई कि ऐसा कुछ होगा
Rossi
लेकिन
on the
भाई
open.
T1 जीत रही है तो भाई लगातार
Saw how
जीत रही
effective
है
that
बट
was on the C side, so we're just gonna stick to it.
लेट्स सी भाई ZETA क्या अपना पेस पकड़ेगी या नहीं.
Lockdown, showstopper, Viper's Pit.
ओके
Execute pushing in.
ओके.
Oh my god.
क्या ओ भाई
Oh, you're
इतना
so
ऊपर
close,
इतना
too.
आगे एक्यूरेट
You're not
चला.
gonna know
ओ
about this.
वो
That's the thing.
Yikes,
Oh,
Execute,
crazy.
what a mad lad. And he's not done.
Oh, awesome.
That was a wallbang headshot.
Execute, he's not done. He's got the 3K
Oh,
ready.
oh, accurate. भाई क्या
He keeps
मार भाई
repeating,
चेंबर भाई.
and they keep giving him the opportunity
Stop
to
Hi,
stay
two.
in highlight reel mode. Enough.
भाई 2 kills in a row.
Enough's enough, man.
भाई operator.
Bang.
भाई T1 definitely win. भाई T1 तो भाई मुझे लग रहा है डिसाइडर राउंड होने वाला है. डिसाइडर राउंड होगा और ये या तो ओवर डिसाइडर राउंड होगा. Yep. Decider round definitely होगा.
You got the op. It fires off for 2 more shots. I mean, the second one was
ओए
incredible.
ये भी गया.
Need a slow-mo on that one.
Now what?
Bang.
दो.
Oh my god. Microflick
तीन.
so pinpoint accurate.
4.
That's why his name is accurate.
Ay. Crazy,
X-Factor
man.
accurate.
That's
I don't
awesome.
know if that's, the meaning behind the name, but it's pretty apt if it is.
That
was
is
just called
awesome, man. That is awesome.
All right.
Trap destroyed.
Lockdown used. Doorway blotted out by the smoke. You can really see
nice.
how much respect I think at this point ZETA
Oosh.
has. The question is, where's the plan on this spike? Because
Okay.
if it's placed
तो वाइपर
on
का
safe,
ना
they have to start
ZETA ने
pushing
वहाँ
out.
पे वो किया.
That is a
ZETA
misstep
is
from
doing
depth.
the ult.
ZETA are
Zeta's
really
Viper
getting
doing
into
ult.
their own heads here.
Now
T1 got everything locked and loaded. Sure, just
is
going to
that
the plan on the
possible,
spike.
guys? यहाँ पे
Viper pit as
पूरा
well.
पूरा
But
वाइपर
the
का
pinch
पिट है, you know.
from T1
वाइपर ult is
can
here.
still come in
आके
pretty
पिट आया वाइपर का.
Well, let's see if ZETA can buy
Okay.
enough time to prevent that from happening. Laz on just a heck of a
Oh,
journey.
क्या guys यहाँ पे पढ़ने वाला. Oh,
That was pretty quick here.
crazy.
Redeems himself from the Rosa.
क्या यहाँ पढ़ने वाली है? क्या यहाँ पे पढ़ने वाली है? ओ एक और, एक और. Oh, nice. Ah, ZETA gonna win the third round, guys. It's like by Apo, bhai. Oh, it's awesome. It's gonna be
Yeah, not a
fucked
bad
up
idea,
right
right? I
now.
do wonder if this is something
तो
called
मेरा
close
chat stuck हो
Carlisle,
गया क्या?
But the Viper's Pit covering the entirety of B-side, such a lovely thing. Dep, of course, being able to go in fast enough to create the space for his team. You had him checking out top
Ash.
7 with the nades.
Ooh, फटका,
Clear out mid link.
फटका,
Just
फटका, फटका.
lovely stuff all over. And then Dep, of course, landing the shot to Sheriff that close.
फटका
Renders
पड़ा.
those ops useless.
Here we go again.
Oh, no.
And they got the same setup.
Come on,
all
come on,
over.
come on, come on.
Players
Ah,
can TP.
Okay, good.
He
Nice.
pocketed his teammate Izu around the corner there. Are they gonna actually check it? Of course not.
oh nice.
Can he TP
Oh,
out
bit.
for safety?
ये वो TP नहीं हुआ.
Well, he will be. Execrate's down to 5.
Oh, मैं TP नहीं हुआ.
I don't know how he actually took that damage in, but it's
I feel like a
bad.
T. Oh, it's.
Of course, T1 not missing a beat, gonna start making some waves here. Laz by himself, forced himself to go into a fight, but of course, this is the captain we're talking about.
इधर से रॉसी is ना रॉसी अल्ट भाई रॉसी लेके ओडिंग बैठता है भाई.
But this is still a force to be
रॉसी
reckoned
आए
with.
you have to you know
Execrate's
रॉसी
really
भाई
low,
full
but
full
it is
full
an
spam
op,
आ रहा है
though.
भाई.
As long as he stays tucked away, if the rendezvous comes back up too, I mean, actually, yes, it
13-5-3
could
AFK.
be really
हैं कौन
still
AFK?
deadly
I cut it bro. इसके अंदर भी AFK जाते हैं लोग.
for them to sneak through.
मेरे को समझा नहीं भाई.
Alright,
इसके अंदर भी
They'll
AFK
have no
जाते हैं
idea
और
that
what?
he's here.
That's true enough,
30
but
seconds left.
with this turret, oh my god,
Okay,
how they're not killing
turret
him?
reveal the
The
location.
turret fired though. They know he's there.
What's that?
Turret reveal.
Execrate, how do you find these
भाई
angles,
लिटरली इतना
man?
भाई
Sugar
इतना
0, 2
पतला
versus
गैप
1
में मारा भाई उसने.
with his teammates
भाई I mean
dropping
चेंबर
down
भाई
with
चेंबर
Laz
का
not
भाई
having
काफी
the
एक्यूरेसी
support
है
of
यार.
the turrets
चेंबर इज है ना.
anymore. Yeah, Sugar
Definitely
Zero just
काफी
needs to
अच्छा.
find some
भाई.
form of solace here, and that smoke gives him a little
या
bit of
यहाँ
coverage.
पे ओ
Execrate, my guy goes in for the no scope.
ओके.
Spike planted right beside him.
Okay.
He gets
ओ
the first
ओ
one.
ओ ओ.
Smoke giving a little bit more cover. It dissipates.
Ah.
Odyssey coming in
Nice
around
one
bend.
बे.
Gets the kill.
भाई
Plenty of time to defuse.
भाई कसम से यार इतना भयंकर भाई एक्यूरेट का भाई. चुम्मा भाई, चुम्मा
It's
ऑपरेटर।
just such incredible stuff
भाई
coming
जो
in from
ऑपरेटर
Exterior.
वहाँ हुआ है ना
I don't know what
चैट,
else to
मजा
say.
आया भाई
I
वो
was about
देख
to say
के।
the same thing.
You were about
एकदम
to
भाई
say the same
गैप
thing,
में
yeah.
मारा भाई, गैप में एकदम इस
There is no
माइक्रो
rhyme or
सेकंड्स का।
reason. You cannot reason. You
आह,
cannot understand something that
भाई
is
ये
just
जो
too
शॉट
great for
था
you
ना
to
भाई,
be knowledgeable at.
क्रेजी शॉट था ब्रो।
Whoa! The clap back. One more round before we end the first half,
Damn.
though.
ज़ेटा डिवीजन के पास भाई लोड वैल्यू बहुत
It's
कम
been
है।
a rough
T1 के
half
पास
for
बहुत
Zeta
ज्यादा है।
division. Hopefully they'll have a better time in the
एक
second, but
ऑपरेटर
now
है,
as we close things
3
out,
वैंडल ले रखे हैं,
T1
एक
going
ओडिन
with
ले
the
रखा है।
offensive.
एंड गाइस ज़ेटा वाले तो भाई,
Zeta
ज़ेटा वाले के
division
पास पैसा ही नहीं है, तो
just
इन्होंने
go
दो
the same
ये
way,
एक वो
There's too much
बुलडॉग,
heat at this point.
गार्डियन एंड
Especially with Carpe so close there, if they commit to this fight,
Oh.
he has a
My God,
nightfall, and they are going to try to do so. Depth
Okay.
charging in,
क्या वो
slowly
एंटर हो
creeping
पाएंगे?
up. It's a
ओके,
risk
वन
he's
डाउन,
willing to
वन डाउन,
take,
वन
and it's a
डाउन,
risk
ज़ेटा
that's
टीम
not
का
gonna
एक
pay
बंदा
off.
डाउन।
Just stubborn
भाई मुझे
enough
डेफिनेटली लग रहा है चैट कि यहाँ पे होने वाला है यार, यहाँ पे होने वाला है।
to turn back as well because someone else
डिसाइडर
pushed
राउंड
out
जो
the
सनसेट
corner.
वाला मैप है वो डेफिनेटली वो फाइट होने वाली है। और यहाँ पे
The
फुल
devil you
टू,
know, the devil
फुल
you
टू
don't,
यहाँ
right?
पर ये ओ दो किल्स विद
Headshot
दो
noted.
किल,
There it
दो
is.
किल्स,
Cherry
ओ
on top.
3
Seals
यार
it.
फ्लॉलेस मारा
9-3
भाई।
T1.
भाई इट्स लाइक
Outstanding first
भाई
half
9-3
in the
कर्स
second
क्या
map.
गाइस, यहाँ पे 9-3 वाला जो कर्स लगता है
Honestly,
हमारे
Rossi,
गेम्स के
calm
अंदर,
down.
वैलोरेंट के अंदर, ऐसा हाफ टाइम
9-3
ब्रो,
first
हाश
Incredible
तो half
map
time
performance
कैसे?
from T1.
हाफ
You
टाइम
see
तो
it
यार
all.
12वें राउंड पे,
First of all,
13वें
of
राउंड पे
course,
होना चाहिए।
Execute just deadly with this
ना 12वें
operator.
राउंड पे
Then you have the
9-3 12
potential
yes,
for Zeta
half
to do
time
the
हो गया।
same thing. Rossi on the
Not
Odin.
much greater than much, it's
I mean, I
40
can't
seconds
forget
half time
about
guys.
Izu, of course.
It's only for 40
Yeah,
seconds
just
half time.
name everybody from T1 at this point.
Wow.
Yeah, one more player. Wait, I got his name. It's Carpe. There we go. The IGL.
भाई
It's been a little bit quiet, but you
excuse
know,
me
making
bro,
calls.
क्या खेल रही है यार ये T1। इन्होंने पहले पार्ट में भाई तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं करा था, बट भाई जो अभी ये लोग मार रहे हैं भाई नेक्स्ट लेवल है यार। गिव मी अ, अरे क्या लिखा था, दिखा तो सही ये भाई। गिव मी अ क्या था ब्रो, उसके आगे का
But
तो
yeah,
दिखाएं आप।
it really just is. I mean, we are, you know,
हाँ, वो
hyping
give
him up
me
a
a,
lot, but
उसके
it really
बाद
is
तो
because
कुछ
he's
बताया
finding
नहीं
a
ब्रो,
lot of
क्या
these
लिखा
impactful
give me a
fights. He's
क्या,
not just collecting numbers and numbers of
give
frags.
me a
Yeah,
क्या।
the way that he positions himself, sometimes even, you know, randomizing it. Sometimes he's on C, sometimes he's back on A.
And
Oh
it's not just by himself
crazy
too.
match
It's
dude,
with
it's
somebody
awesome matches going
always
on
from
right
the
now,
T1 side, right? And because of that,
awesome matches going
you
on
know
right
how we
now
talk about if it's only X-Curate, they
भाई
can
दो
use a bit of
okay
utility to flush him out, and they can push up into the side.
भाई
But
अगर
because
ज़ेटा ने
he
हाफ
has
टाइम में
support
भाई
from
अगर
Izu,
निकाला हाफ
because
टाइम
he
के
gets
बाद क्या
that
ज़ेटा
support
निकाल
from
पाएगी चैट।
Carpe, so on and so forth,
अगर ज़ेटा ने निकाला तो
he
भाई डिसाइडर राउंड
trusts
नहीं होगा,
himself
अगर ज़ेटा
in
ने
so
नहीं
many
निकाला तो फिर डिसाइडर राउंड
options
डेफिनेटली
that,
होगा।
again, it turns into
भाई
a
कौन जीतेगा
100
कौन नहीं,
question guessing game for Zeta as
बट
to where
भाई हमारे को
X-Curate
कहा,
really
हमें को तो
is, as
मजा
to
आ रहा है
how
यार,
to counter
अपने को तो
X-Curate at
मजा आ रहा है
all,
ब्रो देख
and
के।
now again it ends up into that 9-3 as we flip this one, as we flip
किसका
the
मैप
sides.
पिक था
For
ये,
real.
अरे
Like,
ये
we
वाला
haven't really
तुम्हारा
seen
ये
anyone
है
challenge him
T1 का मैप है लोटस,
through this map. Now they're on the attack.
लोटस
This is
का
where
मैप
Carpe will
T1
be
चूज
more
किया था।
effective. Hideron, oh, peeking out.
आश
Okay, these straights
भाई
are
मेरे को
still
लग रहा है यार,
somewhat manageable. Never mind. Now it's just
ये
Laz running all the way through that A site. Classic in hand, X-Curate holding.
किसका मैप पिक था ये, अरे
technical
बोला तो
angle here on
T1 का था
Noah
ये,
on stairs.
और इससे पहले एसेंट वाला ज़ेटा ने पिक किया था।
Smoke comes into play. This is like three
क्या ये
people
मारेगा
just looking straight into Laz if he pushes this.
यार ये,
Shouldn't be any chance for him
ओके
to even get a
एक्यूरेट डाउन,
frag.
नहीं
It will
राउंड
not.
विन,
Zeta Division's
पर T1
calls.
पक्का मारने वाली, बट ज़ेटा का कुछ नहीं भाई,
Very
ज़ेटा कुछ
lost
नहीं
is
उखाड़ पाएगा,
T1.
ज़ेटा कुछ
I
नहीं
wanna say
उखाड़ पाएगा
commanding, I
मेरे
wanna
को
say
जहाँ तक लग
dominating
रहा है।
right now here on Lotus.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like,
क्या
this
मैं
is
सही
where I'm
हूँ?
gonna start to get a
आई कॉट
little
इट पर मैं,
bit,
क्योंकि जो चूजिंग वाला एरिया था
worried-ish
वो
for Zeta
मैं
Division.
ऐसे
And that's
रैपिड
really
उसमें
just
देखा था।
because this performance from T1, yes, Lotus is their map.
Yep.
That's amazing. The next one is going to be Sunset, and we haven't really seen Zeta Sunset before. I don't know what kind of tricks up their sleeves they could have.
Yeah.
ओ भाई यहीं से स्पैमिंग और वॉट,
is capable of, and they are doing so much right now.
Exact.
Odin.
And again,
भाई 100 बुलेट्स पूरा एकदम से खोल दिया भाई।
heavy contact when it's excrete in front of them, he can always TP away.
भाई ये कह रहे भाई हम तो ना जा रहे भाई, तुमको इधर ही। भाई जेटा तो भाई बहुत भयंकर पिट रही है यार भाई। जेटा की तो बड़ी पुंगी बजाई जा रही है ऐसे। जेटा की तो भाई ऐसे पकड़े के रैप्टे पे रैप्टे मार रहे यार T1 वाले। एक्यूरेट की 18 kills है गाइस। ओह नाइस। ये 3 4 5 5 इसने ली।
You know, 3-11. Unless ZETA can really hunker down, pull off a Fnatic, such a crazy comeback. If they do it, that'll be amazing. But if they don't, you know.
Oh, crazy चल रहा है bro.
That point, that's it. Last start 6.
Second last round. अगर इसमें अगर T1 जीतती है तो फिर second last round है। अगर ZETA जीतती है तो नहीं। Still many rounds.
It's an operator he might not keep a hold of.
फिलहाल तो गाइस ZETA के तो 1 player down and T1 के 3 player down हो गए।
Wow. But that'll take a really long time.
Izu and the chamber is left right now guys. Omen and chamber is left only.
ZETA's in that mind space where they're like stressed.
T1 is attacking team. Okay.
And X-Screen got separated with that by the door. Alright.
The crowd was like gasping a little bit.
भाई लग तो रहा था भाई, मुझे लगा वो निकल जाएंगे यार, फिर लगा यार दब जाएगा, दब के मर जाएंगा यार। फिर याद आया यार ये तो रियल थोड़ी है, आई मीन गेम है। ओ क्या भाई पिक निकल रहे, पिक्स निकल रहे गाइस। मुझे डेफिनेटली लग रहा है भाई स्पाइक प्लांट हो चुका T1 बाय T1 भाई। मुझे लग रहा है यार यहाँ पे बहुत गंदा वाला पड़ने वाली इनको। क्या ये ओमेन टीवी मारा। ओह ओह यार एकदम मुंह पे आया यार। शिट शिट क्रेजी था भाई वो वाला। ओ ओ ओ ओ ओ डिफिंग 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 अरे डिफ कर रहा है। डिफ हो गया ब्रो यार। कि तो वो पीक दिया भाई, पीक दिए थे मुझे भाई पीक भाई। वो पिक इसलिए नहीं लिया ना बिकॉज वो कंप्लीट होने वाला होगा ना, इसलिए उसने उठा नहीं और उसने वहाँ पे बैठे बैठे मतलब कर दिया भाई। बट भाई वो इतना लंबा भाई रेस इतना लंबा जंप करके आया ब्रो भाई। रेस का सैचल बहुत प्यारा था भाई, रेस का सैचल बहुत प्यारा था चैट, सच्ची कह रहा मैं। रेस का सैचल बहुत प्यारा था वहाँ पे।
Okay, fine. It is a paintbrush and he's the artist.
Okay, there we go.
Paintbrush artist, वाह क्या बात कर रहे यार। एक तो ये जो भाई कमेंट्री कर रहे भाई, ये क्या कर रहे हैं मेरे को ऐसे। ओ ये क्या भाई साउंड आ रहा है पीपीडी
Good try, good try.
पीपीडी पीपीडी पीपीडी
Man with a plan.
I feel like as long as ZETA doesn't really give him too much, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for him.
भाई काफी इंटरेस्टिंग मैच चल रही है।
I'm recalling
11-4
just the previous round where he just waltzes up and
भाई क्या ZETA पे गाइस क्या ZETA पेस पकड़ पाएगी और T1 को डिफीट कर पाएगी या नहीं? लेट्स वेट एंड वॉच। We will find it out in few minutes.
Maybe with Huron and the judge and
okay.
More unorthodox plays, it might be able to throw him off. Huron, only one on B
side. Okay. Throw किया।
They're trying to fend them off.
ज़्यादा T1 अगर देखो गाइस T1 जीतती है, T1 अगर जीतती है तो पक्का यहाँ पे डिसाइडर राउंड होने वाला है, जो कि होने वाला है सनसेट पे। ओके तो स्पाइक प्लांट हो चुका है बाय T1 एंड बोथ स्क्वाड्स के जब सारे प्लेयर्स एक्टिवेटेड है, बट रेस का हेल्थ डाउन है। रेस का 42 हेल्थ है राइट नाउ। बाकी इधर के स्क्वाड में चेंबर और रॉसी का थोड़ा सा हेल्थ डाउन है। ओके ओके ओमेन डाउन।
is
both
just
are down.
ripping them apart. There's that
Oh,
long
now
flank
3
coming in
versus
from
2
Dev,
players.
but he's already so late. Laz sure
3v2,
can pick up
3v2,
extra here,
3v2.
but that spike is gonna explode regardless. There is the alley-oop here from Saya player. And
फट
Dev,
गया,
I don't know
फट
if he's
गया,
gonna get
and
the
T1
gold
will
finally,
winning
even
the
if
but
Horizon,
T1 will
he does not.
T1 securing the round, guys.
Puts us
T1
into map
definitely
point.
securing the round.
And possibly even another
But
map
T1
three
definitely
in
securing this round
day,
by.
as T1 is nigh unstoppable on Lotus.
भाई अगर ये वाला भाई ऐसे तो ये लोग ऐसे डर यार मुझे लगा था कि भाई ये कैसे हो सकता है ब्रो मुझे लगा यार ये कैसे हो सकता है बट ना सच में भाई ये लोग मार तो रहे मजाक सेट के भाई ये तो पिटाई तो कर रहे हैं चाटे मार रहे हैं
It's clear as day
वो
what
full
that
shit
means.
मार
You're
रहे
going in for those trades, and while they were
Moda
able to find some of these frags, got out some numbers, it came down to a 3-on-2.
Timeout.
Saya player had the showstopper.
40
So
seconds
last
timeout
Timeout called by ZETA. Not sure how much they can do for this map, but at the very
ZETA भाई
least,
टाइम आउट लेके कुछ करने की कोशिश भाई की है
some more ideas for maybe the
कोच
next
से अपने
map
भाई
as
कुछ
well.
है ना सद्बुद्धि लेके
Because
आएंगे फिर
Sunset's
मैं भी
another map where
शायद कुछ ऐसा
could be really,
करे भाई
really strong. You always want to watch out for extra
फिलहाल तो
with
भाई
this lurk.
कुछ वेट ही कर सकते हैं चार्ट
Who's
अपन
happy in this
है ना
game, aside from T1?
है ना अपन सिर्फ
Everyone
वेट कर
else.
सकते हैं भाई कि
Because
हाँ
they're
कुछ
seeing the VODs of T1 and how they're playing with this, and they're already formulating how are we gonna deal with X-Curates?
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Chamber.
एक्सक्यूरेट भाई क्या
Right.
मार रहा है
What's
वो
gonna be
सच्ची
the
में भाई
counter to
काफी
this?
इंटरेस्टिंग
Because
उसका भाई है यार
It is looking
He's killing
unstoppable,
so
and it shows,
damn,
man.
bro,
Zeta
damn.
Division have never had
एक्सक्यूरेट भाई जो
a
मारा भाई
convincing
वो
round in this Lotus
चुम्मा
map at
भाई
all. Sure, there's
ऑपरेटर
4
चला
rounds
रहा
in their name, but those were clutches. Those were just slight mishaps that they were able to use against T1. But ultimately, T1 still has the overwhelming control. Speaking of which, very aggressive push out. from Zeta
Okay,
Division
let's
here on
find it
C.
out what
They were kind of hoping
happens
that
next.
maybe their commitment
Chat.
on Mound might have gotten them any kills, but it's only gotten them a little bit
Wow.
of map control.
ओके
Carby doesn't
ना
push
ना
up
व्हाट
here.
ये भाई देखो T1 को सिर्फ एक लास्ट मैच जीतना अगर ये लास्ट मैच जीतती है T1 तो मे बी शायद
T1's not
शायद
foolish enough
मे
to
बी बाय
leave
देखो
it
ओवर
alone.
ओवर टाइम हो सकता है यहाँ
Now
पर
that they know that the A
मे बी
site
बाय
is very
T1
much
टिपिकल
open.
देखो T1 के पास सिर्फ एक राउंड जीतने का मौका एक राउंड जीतते ही भाई वो प्रॉपरली
I mean, I don't even know what more you can really
ओवर टाइम
do.
के लिए भाई गाइस
X-Curates
जो
is
डिसाइडर राउंड है वो
prepared.
डेफिनेटली अनाउंस हो
Laz
जाएगा
got
फिर
nothing
अगर
but
बस
the
T1 बेसिकली भाई एक राउंड
lockdown.
जीतना है T1 को
Does commit to it,
बट भाई
but
जो
then as
इधर
the peaks come through, just simple shot from X-Curate and it says everything.
Also, think about this. He hits those shots with the tour de force that slows everybody down.
Oh my god 2
Through
kills
the wall,
in a row
more in, and
आहा गाइस डिसाइडर राउंड डेफिनेटली होने वाला है डेफिनेटली होने वाला है
such a
चैट
dominating performance from T1.
डिसाइडर राउंड
Lotus
होने वाला है
is
पक्का
their
से
baby.
इट्स आई एम सो मच एक्साइटेड फॉर डिसाइडर भाई डिसाइडर राउंड में बहुत इंटेंस मैच होने वाला है पक्का भाई डेफिनेटली चैट यहाँ पे होने वाला है
There's so much to break down, so much to think about, and of course Zeta has their work cut out for them.
थोड़ी देर के लिए टाइम आउट हुआ और
It's
क्या
not going to be an easy day. T1 still has the chance at putting down Zeta Division.
क्या यहाँ पे टाइम लगने वाला है 2
Giving you
मिनट 3 मिनट
guys
हाउ मच टाइम दे विल टेक भाई
Much desired predictions.
Look at that. 6 first bloods on X-Curate. Not to mention the ACS.
एक्सक्यूरेट जो मार रहा है भाई ब्रो एक्सक्यूरेट
Not
जो
to
मार
mention
रहा है
Rossi and Saya player who have
चुम्मा मार
performed
रहा है
really well as well.
And again,
मेरे को
it's
चैट
not
नहीं दिख रही
just
यार
X-Grade, right?
फिर
He's been
से स्टक हो गया
back and forthing. Anyways, we're going to leave it to the panel to discuss this amazing game number 2.
नाउ भाई कौन जीता कौन हारा पता
I
नहीं
mean,
बस
might as
वेट
well
करो
go
अब
to map 3, right? We
Oh,
already said
Said
it. Let's do it. Then here we are. We are going
हाँ
to
गाइस
map 3 after
वेट
that
करते हैं
dominant
थोड़ी देर
showing
और
of
उसके
T1
बाद
on
अपन
Lotus
नेक्स्ट
against
मैच
Zeta.
देखते हैं क्या
Yeah,
है
and I think that overall this was expected. Maybe not exactly in the manner in which this happened. 13-4 is a fairly one-sided affair there, but T1, they have consistently looked very strong on this map with this roster. I mean, we saw them, 13-6 versus Bleed just 2 days ago. So this is kind of the bread and butter pick, much like I said, is for Zeta.
Yeah, and again, they really play around that chamber as well, right? They're really setting up X-Curate to kind of be free to take those aggressive fights because there's utility behind him, there's someone to trade behind him, there's an Odin behind him, always there to pressure the opponents away. Meanwhile, on the side of Zeta, we started to see the OHs of Zeta a little bit, right? It's 3 sites, it's a bit of a more complicated map to operate, and they just didn't have as clear of a direction when they were on either side of the map.
I love that you brought up that combination, right? Rossi and Excurate. Excurate has such aggressive operator plays, and you can actually see him just like pushing through one side with an operator and him alone, right? Sometimes without even Rossi there, because Rossi's on another side spraying through with the Odin. That sometimes Saya player, he doesn't even have to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, Excurate, he just kind of dominates this map. This is why we were really wanting to see that chamber head-to-head to see whether or not Laz was going to be able to take him down on that agent and also get them a win on this map that has been so far very, very good for the side of T1. But fortunately, they don't lead into it. And Excurate has just got free reign. I mean, you can see how much is being invested into really enabling him. I mean, Carpe is playing solo on the opposite side of the map. Excurate's pushing up into A. He's got all this util backing him up. Whereas Carpe's just throwing a C's over to see if there's somebody pushing Mount. He's just off on an island. They're just trusting that everybody else can just really enable Excurate to come up with these kills, and more often than not, he can.
Yeah, and when he is getting this many kills, you just can't ignore it as the opponent, right? You have to focus around that chamber as well. So T1 really understanding what kind of pressure this firepower brings to their opponents. I also want to point out Izu, right? I mean, he's the one who clutches out that 1v2 in that second round to just flip the flow right off the bat, getting that eco win, and then they go on that massive streak. So overall, just again, we're seeing the comfort that T1 has on this map. Carpe, again, has had several chances to practice his calling on this map. We've had a couple rough moments during the offseason, but it seems like they've really shored it up.
Yeah, and I mean, you can see here the stark difference. Depp not finding nearly as much value as he had on us, and he was out, into the stratosphere with his first kills. This time, it's Excurate. 6 first kills to his name, as Quack was just pointing out. But the big thing behind it is that there are 0 first deaths. It was entirely clean the entire way through. He was never getting picked off first. He was always finding that opening value. And he puts up a 359 ACS, which is maybe the third highest that we've had so far in the tournament.
He has just such fearless plays. For somebody who, like, should be playing, like, when you do pick chamber, you should be playing with, like, a lot of security, hopefully, a lot of, insurance policies around you, so to say. But he's just basically, as I mentioned earlier, he's just gonna walk through a site if he has to, and he's more than enough usually to hold a site on his own, right? But again, you also have Saya player Carpe and Izu that are just hovering around somewhere if Rossi isn't gonna mow them down with the Odin, and Excurate as well with the operator.
Yeah, and Rossi, I mean, the way he plays on any map, it's such good support play, right? Whether it's the Odin, whether it's the Phantom, I mean, he's always spamming, checking corners, making sure that he pressures opponents into the pockets where his teammates can really pull up those advantageous fights. And of course, push comes to shove, he's got some of those clutch genes as well. We saw that throughout the offseason, and even today, I mean, he's making sure that he's holding down a site, or he's holding down that momentum so they can keep pushing forward when they're on the attack. And having someone like that, right, who's always just checking corners, spamming out walls, spamming out smokes, so that puts the fear in their opponents of, okay, what really is the info that we can gather? It's so valuable for a team like T1.
Ooh.
I mean, this feels cruel, but I mean, that's just kind of what happens when you have such a dominant victory coming through here for the side of T1. Excurate just played absolutely phenomenally. I mean, another one is Rossi, because he was right there alongside him when it came down to first contact. 3-0 first kills, first deaths as a Viper. So just phenomenal play across the board.
Yeah, I mean, 2.9 KDA, 218 damage per round. He really was just leading the charge in all stats here for T1. But again, he's free to do that because his teammates are there to support him.
There is just no denying those numbers that are right in front of us right now, right? And going into Sunset, it's going to be interesting to see if they can keep this up. Are they going to go with that same combination again? Maybe in another way, but more of like Excurate and Rossi perhaps leading the fray, and then you have the others sort of like, there for the sweep. We don't know just yet, but I do want to focus a little bit on ZETA, because you kind of saw where, I guess, the mental was broken, right?
Yes.
You kind of saw where they started hesitating. They started doubting themselves. Suddenly, they couldn't even break through one single player on the side of T1.
And here's the thing, we saw this back in the chamber meta as well. If the chamber is popping off, you really only have 2 options. Either eventually win the fight against the chamber, or you just have to go to another part of the map. But then, again, the other teammates are there, the utilities there, the things like the Odin is there. So ZETA, I mean, quite frankly, I don't know if you can blame them. Excurate's just firing on all cylinders, and if you can't win that fight, if you can't get your mental back in to make sure you take him out on that first kill, then it's a rough map. Yeah,
it really is. And I mean, this is, again, the choice. This is what was decided on by ZETA Division. Not banning this map away, decided to go for the Icebox that they saw, from T1 versus Bleed just a couple days ago. So I guess felt like they had a better chance here compared to Icebox. And it still ends up being pretty rough. So now we have Sunset getting ready to come up, which we haven't seen from ZETA at all.
Yeah, I'm so curious, right? We've seen many different agents kind of, or teams focusing on different agents. I mean, T1 during the offseason, they pulled out the Yoru on Sunset as well for Isu, and then it's alongside Saya's Raze. We've seen the Gecko earlier today. I mean, Fade's coming out as well. Some people still favoring the Sky as a single initiator. There's a lot of different interpretations. And then this is another map where if you really wanted to, the Chamber is viable to a certain extent.
Sure. I mean, that would change up things considerably for T1, so we'll have to see what they end up landing on, because we were actually seeing Xcrit playing Astra of all things over at the AVL on this map. So I'm curious if that is going to be the same thing coming through and how improved that Astra has looked now that he's had a couple months to really work on it. But time will tell as we get ready to look back a little bit at the highlights here from Lotus, because I mean, it's get ready to watch more Xcrit, because that's what the highlights are going to be.
I would say give me more Xcrit, right? Because it was just such a phenomenal performance. And as we can see, of course, we know that T1 is very comfortable at Lotus, but I can kind of understand why ZETA didn't exactly ban this out, because previously when they did face off against T1 in Pacific last year, they did take this map off of T1. So perhaps there was that. They're like, okay, we've done it before, maybe we can do it again, question mark. But I mean, they probably didn't factor in Xcrit there.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty possible that that could be the case. But yeah, after watching Xcrit on this map, I think you either have to fight on fire with the Chamber, show that you can outdo him on that role, or just maybe try to stray away from this pick in general, because it's just been so utterly dominant. And I mean, it even started off well. I mean, you have to remember, we saw it right there at the very beginning. Like, it was a pistol round victory for the side of ZETA. Hero picked up that 3K. It was really strong for them, and that was 25% of the rounds that they were able to get by the end of this.
Yeah, I mean, we even saw, you know, a couple replays in the middle where it was SugarZero who was also trying to bring up the hype for ZETA Division. So clearly ZETA, they wanted to keep the momentum up, but at a certain point, it just went quiet on that side of the stage because, I mean, surely as a player, you feel it, right? It's like, okay, well, we've hit a wall, and the wall is just shooting us back. There's nothing we can do about it. And so you maybe just do a mental reset, right? You've got that coaching staff to support you, and a breach interpretation.
Yeah, a lot of changes here. So breach interpretation for ZETA Division, but also Xcrit not going to be going for the Astra, shifts over onto that Cypher. Carpe bringing out the Sova as well. So these are big changes for T1.
Yeah, Izu onto what seems to become his comfort pick now on that Omen as well. So yeah, they had some fun plays with the Yoru, but it did get read through right away by PaperX at AVL, so they're switching back to something they feel is a little bit more flexible.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out, especially since this is going to be our final map. And once again, we do have our casters, Quack and Asarai. Over to you guys.
Last game, last map. Whoever wins this, Quack.
Guys, match is started again. Let's check this out. Kare kya hoga.
Massive. You know, again, when Kickoff has so many of the champion points, we'll see.
I'm here to check it out. What is going on right now?
Has been nigh phenomenal. Man is possessed.
So far, yeah, T1 definitely showing us a lot on that Lotus map so far. But then, as the desk mentioned, agent composition changes up. Shows a T1
काफी interesting match होने वाला है. यहाँ पे start हो चुका है. The fun fact map.
Still on B-main. This might not get flushed out by Euron at all, and there it is. Saya player finds step as well. Can even go for the aggressive.
Oh, nice. Oh, GG's.
What?
What? T1 jeet gaye with a one player loss. Whoa, guys, T1 won the pistol round. Maybe T1 dominated this.
It's the Prowler that gives it off, or it's just not quite really.
Maybe T1 gonna be winning the T1 gonna winning this tournament. Or today's, you know, kickoff round.
Yikes!
A trap.
Yeah. You can already see that ZETA's rattled, right? They're starting to lose.
Accurate gun. Oh my god, accurate is.
Lose the due diligence to. You know, maybe we have an opponent.
Accurate, guys, काफी ज़्यादा ही accurate है भाई.
And we have to check, and you see Euron just throwing his flash to assist his teammates on the side when, again, they haven't fully cleared out B main at all.
भाई crazy चल रही है मैच यार.
They can move around a lot more.
Chat काफी crazy matches हो रहे हैं
Division on the other hand, again, still just getting a feel for how they are set
काफी
up.
damn, what a match. Watch a fun right now. Fun fun.
Rossi and Xcurit.
Hey, fun fun. Yo, fun
ultimate
fun.
almost up. And imagining that coming into the bonus, that's going to be quite a huge advantage for
Oh,
T1
crazy.
slowly but surely rolling in the round. Still pretty early, but you can already see
By
I feel like at
crazy
some point the
going on right now, chat.
exertion here.
Everything is going according to the plan, I guess.
Rossi having a good time too. Zeta division at the very least. I mean, this is still pretty early on.
Like यार मैं सोचा था guys कि ये बहुत जल्दी खत्म हो जाएगा लेकिन यार काफी टाइम ले रहा है because
Yeah, I mean that said,
it's now the over decider match हो रहा है ना इसलिए यहाँ पे टाइम
We're
ज़्यादा लग रहा है
expecting a
शायद.
lot from this full buy round now because it says a lot as to how this map will start. And again, wanting to punch that ticket through to the playoff stage.
This camera is giving some really nice information here for Xcurit. Two little shutdown. That does find him in the battle through the Cypher cage. That's some information gathered. That's a big player downed. But T1 Saya player and like two other players here from T1 going in for this big flanking in order to see Laz holding patiently while the rest of his team manages their way on A main. Heart-based dart immediately gets scattered. And this nade, will it flush him out? Absolutely it will, as Huron falls down. As I mentioned, three players of T1 going in for the flank. Has to break that trap first. And Laz on first contact is gonna get punished.
They are not getting any
push. They do upgrade some of their weapons, so there is better firepower right now from T1. The risk to actually push up on A main pays off. Numbers favoring Zeta division, but that's never been a hindrance here for T1. They do line up for depth in that
काफी
high
fantastic match चल रहा है bro.
Izu left by himself. Probably just gonna be playing that exit frag.
Yeah, way too many targets right in front of him.
Who's gonna win the match?
The way that this round plays out, just a more decisive take from
Who's
Zeta.
gonna win the decider
Going in for
round
that
match?
elbow push,
Chat.
T1 not really, despite having the camera.
What is your
not
opinion
really
in the this
able
game,
to
chat?
work off against it. So now it's just gonna be a Zeta that slowly, comes back into the game. Still
Crazy.
really early on, but right now, great.
Now Zeta guys won. Finally Zeta gonna win the first round
We'll go to the
Zeta.
next round, though, of course.
Third
T1
round,
gets the
Zeta
buy
win
back
the-
up. Laz maybe a bit of a half buy.
Zeta win the third round, chat.
But more interestingly enough, it's gonna be Saya
Okay.
player on the operator this time.
Ooh,
Still a very
first
lethal
half
force in this
best.
game, but we gotta watch
पसीने
out
छूट
for
गए guys इनके.
Xcurit on the other
Zeta
hand,
के पसीने छूट रहे chat.
more ratty
मैं
role
कह
as
रहा भाई
the
Zeta के पसीने
script what
छूट
we
रहे
saw in
chat.
Lotus. A little bit more similar to what we saw
Zeta
him
right
do
now by
on
very
Ascent.
And with him having
emotional हो गया Zeta guys.
right now, it's gonna be a huge,
Zeta कह रहे chat कि
a
भाई
huge move if he
जीतेंगे
can
या
actually
नहीं भाई
utilize
उनके
that.
फटी पड़ी है right now.
Saya players, operator, somewhere here on elbow. The flash out. If he can re-peek this, they don't even know he's
Zeta
there.
की
As you
फटी
can see,
पड़ी
his
है.
teammate is giving most of the
मैं कह
information.
रहा सच
Carpe's
में.
breaking all the utility.
लिख के ले लो भाई उधर
But
पसीने
I
छूट
feel
रहे
like
यार
Zeta
उसके
knows
प्लेयर
something's
के.
up at this point. They're waiting for maybe a push
तुमने
out
भी
here
देखा
for
chat कि भाई
T1.
उनके पसीने छूट रहे.
But it's the first one that peaks, that loses. I feel like in all of these things, and they're coaxing it with the Sova drone.
Yeah, just trying to get a feel for it too.
फटी तो है भाई.
As long as Saya player can make this connect, it should work. Zeta is definitely thinking about the paranoia to get themselves out of this
भाई वो
sticky
पैरानॉइड तो हो
situation.
रखी है भाई अब क्या करोगे
Or to at
अगर
least get a
पैरानॉइड
pinch onto Saya.
Wow. Did they understood that he was there, or someone at least pocketed themselves on the
भाई
corner?
कुछ तो है.
That was absolutely monumental.
कुछ
Hunt
तो
from out
है,
of
कुछ
nowhere.
तो है
Laz
रे
finds an opening.
Chat, come on यार, like, share, subscribe, come on, जो भी देख रहे guys, come on, follow करना ना बोले पेज को हमारे, and subscribe भी कर देना, come on,
of patience. Again, the first one.
follow
to
the
peak loses,
guys, यहाँ पे
and it
cypher का वो
was
लगा है, trap,
Side player that did because of that
cypher का
aftershock.
trap है,
Yeah, patience and reads, right? You know, first of all, that aftershock.
spike
you
is
have
planted,
the,
okay, तो
paranoia
guys,
that comes out as
actually,
well.
Okay, Accurate is
And if you think
saving
about
right
how
now.
team operates, they're either throwing it out just to check in case, or you know they're also anticipating such movements from T1. And either way, it just speaks volumes as to how ZETA are reading this game. And that's something that they could definitely need more
Accurate
of as they
saving the
push
Vandal,
through
guys. Accurate
into
saving
that
the his
2-1-2
Vandal.
scoreline. I mean, Depp just reacting
Accurate
off of
definitely
such an
saving the
opening
Vandal,
kill
chat.
as well, instantly diving onto the site, giving his team a lot more space to work with around A. So far, they haven't
Accurate
really seen
definitely
Execute, though, so
saving the
that could be
Vandal.
an idea.
Sorry, that's a very, very early timeout call.
Oh,
I'm assuming this is from T1 now.
timeout or what?
It has
We'll
to
see.
be.
It
They
has
are
to
doing
be.
something.
Yeah, it is.
They are
So
doing
they
something,
realize
chat.
something's up, even though again they put ZETA to the brink in
भाई
that
मैं
last game.
कह रहा chat,
You know,
ये
there's
कुछ तो
always
कर.
the point where
इतना जल्दी कौन टाइम आउट लेता है
T1
यार?
is making sure, and I do like, you know, these
इतना
kind of
जल्दी
teams
कौन टाइम
that
आउट लेता है
do
यार?
these type of things. I can only assume that's what they're thinking.
By the way,
but
T1 ने टाइम आउट
if it
लिया है, but
is,
इतना
right,
जल्दी क्यों लिया
it's a
यार?
huge
By the way,
understanding of how ZETA can always be a big threat against them.
It always is this question of like, what are some of these tiny gaps that are in our defenses, and Autumn is trying to right that ship. What we've seen so far is always this elbow, and although the attempt was to stick Saya player with an operator down this spot,
Timeout over.
hasn't really
2v2. They are both teams
given that
playing
much of a
good
counter
match.
yet. It is a
Both
very, very
Team
early
yeah.
showing up proper.
timeout. That is the thing. So it's very hard to really figure out why this is being called as well.
Ooh, mishap there from Depth. Either a misclick or a bit too early on the use with the satchel. That's all you really need to do, right? To mess up around.
मिस हैप्पी हुआ है और क्या भाई जानबूझ के तो क्यों ही करेगा
does bring, especially when he has that showstopper for a play here.
ZETA के बंदे
Or
ने
not.
भाई सैचल ऐसे ही कही दिया मी
In any case, hoping that he could maybe break that.
कह रहा भाई
camera
मैं तो
too.
कर रहा भाई मैं तो कर
Everybody
रहा
here from T1 playing in such tight-knit positions to capitalize off of those tripwires, exposing position off of ZETA.
Very crucial, and Execute still is just looking right around the corner of Market. Although it is smoked off, you got Carpe here as well. So
अब
even
यार
though this
साफ
is a
साफ
round where ZETA
trap
has
दिख रहा
the
है
better
bro
guns, you still want to be careful.
That was neat for Nate. Side player already gave away his position, and he's somewhere here on Market. So they're just going to be holding on to that for the moment right now. Dep's going to be pushing in, but...
Okay, Spike is planted, Spike is secured right now.
Again, a bit of a
Now
risk.
they
The
are
separation on these
securing
smokes could be fatal. But I don't know, we'll see. Anyways, triple stack to the back of Boba here.
Smokes.
Big paranoia already. They don't know
Okay,
that Def has
jump
hunkered down,
down.
into the corner, so the trades are looking favorable for ZETA. Izu's 1, 2 remain. Not spotted by the C,
Okay,
spotted by the Hunt though.
T1 okay, T1 is
Stunned
already.
as well. TP's away. Repositions.
Oh, no
but
problem.
Dep hounds him down.
ZETA guys
Shuts him
picking the pace. ZETA is picking the
Real
pace.
quick, I mean, even though that blast back
ZETA is
was a little
definitely
bit,
picking the pace, chat.
lost in the start of the buy phase. As they push in, I mean, it's a very clear game plan just to smoke things off, make their way in, toss some pieces of utility to keep T1 away. And although side players spent the nade as well, I
Oh,
mean,
crazy.
just really not too much found. The retake
Whoop.
coming through, everyone just walks through
Oh,
the smokes.
nice.
Easy shots for Hirodon to land. So moving forward, this next round is the one that we've got to watch. Because Coach Autumn called the timeout for a reason. But look at Deb soaring through the air.
Well, you know, sometimes when you're up in the air, you can't get grounded.
Wow,
And boy, did he.
crazy things
Super
are
Zero's
going
gonna
on
use the
right now,
paranoia.
chat.
They're committing to get this quick take on the B site because they aren't afraid of how much retake power
Crazy
T1 has. So the
things
more that they
is
can play for
going
this
on
post
right
plant, the
now,
better it
chat.
should be for ZETA Division here. As I mentioned, side player, he's got the Mubaya. Nightfall gonna be used for a bit of that coverage. And oh my god, this is just gonna be them, ZETA Division, praying to dear God that nobody from T1 can spot them out, which they absolutely are. And they just get torn apart as that retake from T1 is absolutely
T1
flawless.
Crazy
Very
मार रही
clean.
chat.
Just give them the side. Play
Crazy.
the retake. Nightfall was a good idea, and you can see
Crazy.
Zeta trying to be a little bit more
Crazy.
decisive
Crazy.
with how they push out. And although it does deduce that most of the T1 players will be approaching from Boba, they weren't quite able to respond
By
to
crazy
that
matches
showstopper, and that was the main
is
thing that
going on
broke
right
them
now.
apart. So,
Damn.
Again, T1 just kind of adapting.
Damn, the
to
replays
changes,
are
right? We've
so
seen this
nice, so
be executed several times now.
satisfactory.
Set up for the retake instead. It's gonna work a treat.
Satisfaction
Yeah,
by
that's kind of annoying
the
too for depth. If you imagine that, Uron actually had an aftershock to assist him on market, but because
Wow.
Player was just boosted on market, everything that he kind of did was null and void. So unless he was just such a good shot, it would have
why
been something,
the
right? Depth
Rio rasakan sa
unleashed
parasta.
himself that showstopper of his, but
Yeah,
Easy was able to get away with a fairly timed just run out, actually, or maybe that was Carpe. Anyways, A site not secured at all by Zeta here. Saya player into the corner and he explodes. You're not sure he got himself that trade off, but Excurate doubling up and it's trade for trade, man. They are
भाई
dwindling in the
एक्सक्यूरेट
numbers.
जो मार रहा है
Thankfully
यार
enough,
वो
that
लिटरली
Neural Theft
नेक्स्ट
is gonna
लेवल
give
हिट कर
that
रहा है
information. The double swing
मैं
out on
कह रहा
Mid.
यार एक्सक्यूरेट इज हिटिंग सो
Double kill.
हार्ड
And an opportunity, a chance, a hope, a dream. He's down to 30.
Oh
Did
my
he hear
God.
the noise from Rossi? Because that's going
it's
to be
a
important. Because, ladies and gentlemen,
crazy
Laz, he's got a chance, but he's 30 HP.
Yeah, at the very least, maybe a spike plant, but then you got Rossi who's able to kind of sneak back up around.
T1 have T1
And
का
Laz always has to wonder
solo
where
team
he's
है
gonna
भाई
show
देख रहे
up
हो
from. For all you
both
know,
team have
Rossi
solo
might
1-1
actually,
squad मतलब
pull off
teammates
such a
left
crazy
by
flank to push
chat
through tiles or something.
only 1-1
Of
touch
course,
yet
it's gonna be
teammates left
that's the easier option.
now it
Or Ali.
now
Either
भाई
way,
जो
Laz
देखने वाली बात
has
होगी
a
कि
lot
कौन
to
ये जीतेगा क्या
consider.
30 HP वाला
Spike cam
साइफर
actually gave up a
जीतेगा
little
या फिर
He spotted him.
10
100 HP
seconds.
वाला
Now
रॉसी
he's got
जीतेगा
information and just has to land the shot.
He has a snake bite too. Rossi can play this perfectly.
now who's
Rossi,
gonna win is the
he gets
deciding
tagged.
round
He knows exactly where he is. What
Oh.
a risky proposition from both
Rossi gonna
sides.
win advantage
Rossi, even though he was exposed, he had everything working for him. He's cornered his opponent.
Rossi
He has
is
the HP
gonna
advantage,
buy.
and he's Rossi.
Rossi not
You know, all those
gonna
three things
lose
working
the
in his
round.
favor.
Yeah, trying to go back and forth, but then just
Hmm.
Rossi having to land that one shot.
Oh,
But
replay
also,
guys.
as you think about how this round plays out,
Oh my god.
just going in for that tiles play, I don't know if it's a bit of exhaustion, but
Oh
not
my
really
god.
checking the corner and anticipating some of these other plays. Saya player was able to punish. Laz, though, able to fight back with those two frags to trade. But of course, at the end, it's just not enough in terms of numbers.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Operator on Saya player.
So it's take two, right? Both teams using a good chunk of smoke as well as info utility here on A main. Immediately, Zeta Division backs away up onto mid, realizing that last round, we got pushed here on tile, so we re-clear this. But as they do, they actually double up onto A main. They're kind of hoping that maybe with the use of this prowler, they expose some bit of position. Carpe's still
Guys,
holding
45
it
minutes
here.
got
He
left,
could
bro.
get some
Oh,
massive
the
damage,
matches.
which he will not be able to do so. Only one for
Crazy.
one in terms of the trades.
Ah,
There's so many players
trading.
in T1
Ah,
who are
nice.
challenging.
Awesome.
He's who's lighting it up.
Oh, Laz.
Nice one, nice one,
As
nice one.
If he can find this, a neural theft will come quickly right soon
Nice
after.
between भाई देखो दोनों की
Saya
तरफ
players just
squad के
holding an
2-2 people.
operator here.
Oh, crazy
Three
damn.
tiles. These are just
2-2
massive
players left,
reads
chat.
over and
2-2
over
players
again
left,
from
both
T1,
sides.
and Zeta Division is playing into the trap of their opponents.
Not over yet, though. Laz still very much so in the game.
Left.
First of all, has to make his way onto his side.
Both squads
But as he
2-2
moves
players left.
across,
Oh, he
hops
jumped over.
over the tripwire. I believe Excurate might have hurt him.
Yeah, there's a lot of pings. Boba is the only position that was
Okay.
not given up.
10
Not
seconds
more
left.
Where
so
does he
much
plant
time.
the spike? Does he even check the camera? He will not because there's no time left.
Ah,
Accurate, pretty much right on his tail.
Excurate तो भाई मार रहा है bro.
T1, some
Hey, chat.
decisive controlling defensive posture.
Accurate
I've used
is,
all
you
my
know,
words.
I think this is one of these rounds where like T1, you know, they're controlling the map really well, and ZETA might have to call in a timeout just to figure out a different option right now. You look at how they're really approaching this part of the map, especially up towards A lobby.
Very easy, man. Very easy.
And as soon as they pick up one, you know, you got T1 coming
Luis
back in
Castro
for those trades,
Mendoza,
and like you mentioned,
good
it's just a base setup
day.
because as soon as
Hello,
they get
how are you?
kills, they taper back. ZETA wants to rotate. And
Welcome on my
Saya
live
players already
stream,
in position
Luis
to catch them as they
Castro
try to,
Mendoza.
you know, fall back, fall away from A.
If I'm pronouncing your name right, correctly.
So it's a very good setup
Welcome.
for T1, and ZETA has
How are you,
to find
buddy?
a way to adjust
How are you,
around
buddy?
this.
How are you,
Actually,
Luis
this can be,
Castro?
though. ZETA's, as you mentioned, already calling this timeout.
Timeout again,
They're in
timeout.
big trouble here if they can't deal with that operator. It worked the first time.
Executed by जो
counterplay
चला रहा है
because
operator. Oh my
they were
god,
able
that's
to
awesome, bro.
set the, I think, the rules of engagement, right? But when T1 is on even footing, it feels like they're always on that advantage. And it's such a difficult
Crazy,
thing to fight
man. Crazy.
against what your ZETA division. And now we're
The things are going
we're seeing the
crazy.
fruits of that. ZETA division, though, they don't have any counter traps whatsoever. They're just going to be brute forcing this A side once again.
Oh, I feel like the haunt didn't quite land correctly either. So this is a little bit awkward, but given how T1 is positioned straight up, they are looking for that retake play. Doesn't even matter. Saya,
Crazy, dude.
it's the same angle, and
That's
it has
gonna
been
be
punished before.
awesome.
ZETA doesn't look very comfortable on this map. Rolling Thunder committed though.
Deb, he's not even looking above him, man. That's a lap of judgment right there.
Yep, he's not
That was a
using
big ultimate
anything.
use too. Laz as well as Sugar Zero. Are they going to force themselves to actually go for a swing right now? They try to give themselves a bit more positioning to play around with the smoke placed at the back of A. But it's a 5 versus 2 quack. Numbers.
It's a crazy
overwhelming here.
match
They gotta dig deep.
happening right now, chat.
It's not deep enough. It's a
Why
7
not?
foot hole in the ground.
It's
as
a
two
crazy
players of
match
Zeta Division
is
buried
going on right
alive
now.
On A side.
Trying to get ahead of
Awesome.
things too to peek out, but yeah, it's just way too many numbers.
Whoa,
so
whoa,
clean
win
win
guys,
for
definitely
T1 on
I'm
this
saying,
round.
guys, definitely
And
T1
even
is gonna
after
win the
the
round.
timeout from ZETA, I really see that like maybe they're not
If
too
ZETA will
experienced or
not do
too
anything
comfortable on this map because some of these angles that they just walk into,
in few more
they're
rounds,
not,
he
like,
will
very
definitely gonna
uncommon
lose. Guys.
ones. And it just
Definitely
shows
ZETA
that, you know,
gonna
T1 really
lose.
knows what they're doing.
If
They've practiced this before. They've got a little bit more experience on this. And yeah, Saya player doing Lord's work. Easy
How
coming,
are
coming
you,
in back
Facebook
out for
chat?
those trades towards the end of the round.
Facebook
Very
people, come on
clean
guys,
stuff.
follow the page.
ZETA
Come on,
really
let's go.
needs more because, you know,
Just hit
the
that
A
follow
hit,
button
you
and
tried,
share
that's
like.
been done. The Prowler can only do so much. Trip out those trap wires. Maybe go
So,
up against,
wow.
Execute once more.
Okay, 2 for the
Excurate.
price of 1 boom bot. Get some big damage on Saya player. Destroy the tripwire on B main itself. That's some value, but you know what? You're absolutely right. It feels like ZETA Division, they're roughhousing a push on attack.
Yeah,
And it feels like there's no finesse here.
that is
And
crazy.
they're kind of hoping
Crazy,
that
crazy.
this
We all are
shot
wishing.
play
We all are
is
waiting.
gonna rattle T1, but
Rattling sound is coming right
it's
now.
rattling them more than their opponents are,
Aw.
to be honest.
Yeah, a little bit safer on the approach this time. I like the spy cam, but Saya player peeking out into B main just calls it all clear. He knows the hit's coming towards B, but
Ooh,
Deb's got
Deb.
the aggression.
Izu does
Crazy.
get the trade very quickly. TP across from Sugar Zero here, but he's alone for the moment. They don't realize that he's gone for the shot at step. Izu's by
Oh
himself.
my
Although he's pocketed
god.
into the corner here, gives himself some leeway, some breathing room, some playing space. And it's a rough house again of the 2 teams.
Oh.
Sugar Zero, hard to go for this TP out.
Wow.
Saya player, he's so close. Gonna get back into safety.
Oh, nice.
This satchel to boost him quickly into market to reposition. Hit the
Awesome
shot. And Saya
things
player
happening right
celebrating.
now,
He's got like
chat.
40 seconds to wait around.
What you
Yeah.
say?
Do it again.
Tell me.
I didn't see it. Do it again. Yeah, there you go.
He's going
Again.
Making
he's making mocking.
Yeah.
He's mocking.
7-3 scoreline. It all
Raze
happens
is
because
literally,
of his flashback
mocking.
movement. That is skill. Clear state. And of course, Depp tried to pull off similar hijinks towards that A site, but then as soon as it starts to fall apart, you know, it's very clear how T1 is able to respond in kind to whatever ZETA throws.
And the problem, honestly, here is, again, it just feels like if ZETA pushes like this, there's no sure thing, right? As I mentioned, it's a rough house. They're brute forcing their way here and hoping that any contact leads to something good.
But it doesn't, though. I mean, look at this. Side player shuts him down. Carpe picks up one as well. 3 players left in this round. Round 11.
Crimea River on this one, man. They line up. That's big damage too onto Euron, even if he survives, right? He's like 4 HP. What? Did side player just hit him through a flash? Anyways, here on. From here on out, he's by himself. He's got a Nightfall. He's got the whole kit available as that Fade, so he's not gonna lack anything in terms of scouting, right?
There.
But the problem is, it's a 3 versus 1.
Yeah, you've got some utility, but as a Fade, it's just not really that useful. You might be able to throw out a Haunt or a Seize.
He has Nightfall.
Prowler too. Yeah, I don't know, Nightfall in a 1-on-3, right? Well, that is a great start. That's even better.
He can throw it inside the smoke. He can throw it inside the smoke. Can he? He even sees side player. Just throw everything, man. Just do it right now.
Blind him.
He's not even defusing. Come on. You already know what's happening.
And because Saya can't hear it, yeah.
Wow.
That was a slight misplay with T1's protocols. Going up for the, maybe a little bit of overconfidence, right? Going straight up for the defuse, and then Euron being able to pick up the kill like that. Trying to peek into it again. Just well played.
Yeah.
7-4 now.
It's the smoke separated the sight lines very clearly here, and you mentioned it. You know, Euron took pretty much big advantage of that. One more round. X-Grid stunned in. Is Depp going to be able to get him? No, even through the stun, that is huge. He still has his tripwires, and this is just going through the meat grinder. ZETA Division, you know what? They have turned into a team full-on contact. I'm all for it. It is messy. It turns into a 3 versus 2, but it is fun as hell to watch. Euron's not going to be expecting this big flank coming in from Carpe, and Sugar Zero, no TPs to get out of this one. It's you on an island, 3 versus 1. Can you handle the pressure? Shock darts, pop shots, swing outs, everything thrown onto Sugar Zero, and man just can't handle.
Nobody really can. Just buying the attention from Boba and then 2 teammates swinging from behind. You hear those footsteps. Does not feel comfortable.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, as we move over into the next, like you mentioned, that contact plays, it's actually not a bad idea. I feel like Depp should have or would have been able to at least capitalize on the kill onto, was it Excurate? But then, you know, it's just because it's a Guardian, because you're landing off of jumping inaccuracy, somehow doesn't quite connect. And then Rossi holding for market as well. Just T1 having all the pieces in place to prevent, or at least to deny, such a spike plant from a site capture from happening. So very well played defense from T1's side. We move over into the next half. And again, it's just that double controller that gives them so much more to work with.
There is no safe space here for ZETA Division. Everything.
I've seen that before from ZETA fans.
Shaking. Which one?
When they're like praying that ZETA would win.
Really? That's a thing?
Well, I mean, last year when they really wanted to go to Masters Tokyo.
'Dang. I mean, I'm all for that, though.
'Cause, I mean, last year when they really wanted to go to Masters Tokyo. 'Dang. I mean, last year when they really wanted to go to Masters Tokyo. 'Dang. I mean, I'm all for that, though. 'Cause,
Everybody's hyped up for T1 here. I mean, who wouldn't be, right? They look so convincing on all of their games here, to be honest. Everything's been pretty cutthroat between the two. And again, whoever wins this series, comparing it to the series before this, it's the flip. You get into a qualified spot already. That is absolutely huge. I think it was Achilles that mentioned that, you know, the more chances for you to get higher, the more you just sit back, watch the VODs, practice, and not go through the gauntlet of the lower bracket.
That's the bigger part. You know, you just chill out. You get to study VODs.
I love studying VODs.
Depth right now, going on the offensive. ZETA wanting to pick up this pistol.
Laz dragging Carpe's HP to the floor, down to 10. ZETA Division's had enough, man. They've seen too much aggression from T1. They want to dish it back out themselves. They do spread themselves a little bit thin here, even though it's a 3 versus 4 with the numbers favoring ZETA Division. They have to get some control of the sites back as well as mid, and that is no easy feat when you've lost Laz already. But because of this, T1, they've already pushed themselves up onto top mid. This could separate the positions. This could isolate Huron, and he might not be prepared for the lurk that is about to come.
Carpe down low as well, too, though.
Oh, the timing.
Now they spotted him. This should be easily dismantleable by ZETA Division.
If they don't overplay their cards, they should be able to, as you mentioned. But T1's so tricky that you never know what's gonna happen. So I'm just here all for it. What a flash! You're on, just like, thanks for the help, Sugar. 0. I gotta complete the name. It sounds weird just calling him Sugar.
Good pistol round by ZETA Division nonetheless. I mean, the way that they're deciding to really do something that that's maybe slightly off the book, something that T1 won't expect. And it gives them, you know, that extension in the second half, picking up the pistol. It starts off with depth, and, you know, as always, we kind of expect and require that from him.
I mean, dude's doing a lot, right? He's been put on a position, on a task where there may be no point of return. Depth, shoot, go, kill, double satchel. We may or might not be there with you to help you out. So he's been pretty cool and calm under that kind of pressure, man.
Yeah, Les was there to help him on the previous round. Now as we go on to the next one, getting more information as to how T1 is approaching. Depth is back in.
Down A.
T1 has no choice but to push forward.
Oh yeah. But the smoke's the only thing stopping them from dying through the smokes, and looks like it could be a clean round here for ZETA Division. 2 swift ones. And somehow it looks a lot more manageable.
Keeps them in the game. They carry all these weapons forward. I think it's been a while since we actually saw a flawless, you know, second round. And with that, you know, they might actually be able to pick up on a bonus depending on how they play it. I mean, this one, you know, it's kind of simple, just allowing for T1 to walk into them. But off to the next, T1 definitely has some ideas.
Standing ahead.
Sure enough, everything's been running rampant here.
Depth trying to get him.
Oh yeah, that's a big catch too. He wanted to get that that aggressive control on mid, but just fumbles in front of him. X-Crit slowly creeping up onto B main here, calling in the rest of his team, trying to use that camera to coax some kind of peek here from Laz, and it works favorably for them. Sugar Zero does get the trade. He repositions around the corner. Do they know about this? Full control.
Wow.
And Sugar Zero, what a mad lad, actually making that happen. Huron now coming in for the big flanks, only has a Guardian in hand.
Spike planted.
Slowly creeping up. Rossi down. Carpe could be exposed. Gives away his position. He knows he's coming in for a market here. Sees the reposition right now and could even start to defuse that spike. But Carpe, quick and decisive is what T1 needs, and that is what Carpe delivers.
Just enough of a tag that Hiroran cannot have enough movement to hide behind the pillar. Still though, really close round for ZETA. I mean, you gotta admire the heroics from Sugar Zero. That was a masterful play. being able to toss out the paranoia just as soon as he feels that contact. Shrouded steps over to the other side. They did not expect it, but then again, such plays coming out from T1, knowing how to play around this B main push, the trades coming through, just bringing those numbers back in.
Kind of sucks for Hero on there that, again, he thought that he could one up against Carpe and defuse the spike from that angle, but no, it ain't gonna happen. Carpe's too sharp for those. Speaking of which, he's still away from the Hunter's Fury. Like you mentioned, Zeta Division play themselves a key hand on that bonus round, but did he spot Saya get through this? They're not even checking it out. What a catch right now for Saya player! No! The timing! Can he still win through it? He will not be able to do so. Huron finds Carpe somewhere on mid, drops the spike down. That's trade for 2. Depp is gone. Carpe and Saya down on the T1 side.
Starting off with these crazy minuscule timings. Now it's going to be the Neuro Theft, though. T1 has an idea as to how Zeta are positioned. The main thing is they might be able to get the spike down. They have to play positions well enough to work out against Zeta's numbers. I think that's why Exer was thinking about going through market, but it's a little bit risky as you never know what's lurking around mid.
30 seconds left.
Wow, actually extending all the way through.
Whoa, they don't even respect this! Excurate!
How?
Huron! He thought his position was sneaky. He thought he could maybe get that refrag. Absolutely not. No ace for Excurate here though. But damage be done. And everybody on Zeta be damned. As T1 is just swimming in it. There could be the half here for Laz. Gives him a little bit more time to play around things with. Even tries to go for the straight defuse. But I mean, Rossi's not gonna let that happen. He's got Izu with him. They got the numbers. And they got the advantage here and now. Double digits.
Going for the stick was a little bit odd. But, you know, apart from that, I just Excurate again. Not opping, not chamber this time, but just able to find these trades, able to walk up front. And off of the spike plant, right? We were kind of wondering, is he gonna go through market? Is he gonna go through Boba? He actually plays with the off timing and then pushes deeper into Boba along with his teammate. So sharp, getting all of those frags, gets ahead of Zeta Division right before they even start the retake. So 10-6 now, Zeta calling in the timeout, their last one in the legs.
And these nooks and crannies on the Zeta defense, it just gets pressed, prodded, and poked by T1 over and over again. And it's not stable here, Quack. It's not 100% perfect. You're absolutely right? The off timings, you know, given to you, presented by Saya player and Excurate. It's putting Laz and the rest of Zeta in such dire straits.
Very tough for them to, you know, get a good read, good idea. I mean, Saya player was even able to walk all the way up mid courtyard to top, and like, if not for the lucky slight timings that you run to just turn around,
yeah.
Scanning ahead.
It's like these tiny things. Okay. Doesn't really see all too much.
It's a slight whiff on the recon dart. Fair enough. Camera from Laz just to check up on mid. No tiles, no lower mid here. It's a weaker buy for Zeta Division. So they want to at least
Take flight.
not lose anybody before the push happens, as they want to, again, you know, strengthen the numbers, all that good stuff.
There.
T1's well aware of this though, so again, they're just trying to compress their forces too, get the better of things. Here are on. Only really good for one on that Sheriff. Spots out the spike already, as Laz walks himself up onto A main, or A link at least.
Yeah, Zeta's efforts starting to dwindle down now. Carpe even catching them on the cross. Spike should go down pretty soon as they find Laz.
What?
There we go.
Oh, he was looking at the nade right above him. Maybe see if he's exposed? I don't know. Dep.
Last player standing.
Yeah. That's not going to turn too well for him. Euron took a while to take down Izu, so he couldn't really transfer out the Saya player in time. And T1,
Do you want to dance?
these rounds are looking a little bit slower, but a lot surer. And 2 more, and they qualify, Quack.
Good little shot from Yuran though, onto the Y-axis. But that's it. I mean, this round now, you're absolutely right. It's a little bit pivotal for both teams. Got some ultimates to work with. Definitely still a bit of an uphill climb for ZETA Division. And T1 just really in the driver's seat. You know, there's so much that they can do right now. Saya player with the showstopper. Always, you know, with the off timings on some of these lurks too. ZETA might be thinking about playing something like a retakes game, but I don't know how effective that can really be. You might be able to allow some of these T1 players to burn out their ultimates, but that's the most you can get.
Oh no, Huron. Yeah, I mean, he was very afraid of that showstopper just being blasted in front of him, so he tries to get that value with the peek out, but ultimately it's a lose-lose situation. Last exposed too. Now they know he's somewhere on top A here.
Spike planted.
I believe that is a fresh smoke, so they have to wait for a good chunk of time or just YOLO push through it. Yeah, there it is. They're gonna have to try to do something, but there's a lot of crossfires. Dep does get some damage, but again, with this elevated positioning from Izu, that is very difficult to try to go up against. And Saya player shuts it down. Is ZETA only good for 6? Is T1 gonna get this?
They're
very close to making it happen here. Very close.
Match and series point, 1 more, and they will make it to playoffs. And with that comes a bit of a break. More training, more VODs to study. Meanwhile, ZETA are really just exhausting all their options on this Sunset map. Not really knowing what to do. Just kind of throwing bodies into it. The ultimates felt, and then Euron kind of exposed, Hirodan exposed. Then just running through the smoke, not really working out too great. I mean, Rossi even having the sense to spray through it. Now T1 tapping brakes.
Hunter's Fury used very early here. Hiron, again, in the same spot that he was. If he gets spotted here, that could be just a straight up nade. And he can't go for the cross. Dude is holding elbow for the 2nd time in the same spot. Sure, there's no showstopper to get them gutted, but it's the same thing. Dep's gonna be able to find an Excurate here. Can he press the advantage? He's playing the safer game and just backing away. He's already gotten that contact. It's all good for him.
Interesting.
And a quick TP on spawn just to check if there's any big or long flankers. With 40 seconds on the clock, that's gonna be very pivotal because at least that gives T1 more options to maybe go back, or at least, you know, more options to make them confident in pushing up into A main and not being afraid of their behinds.
Cut noise. Well, there is that lurk, the flank from Dep though.
Ooh, that's a stun.
Right there.
Sees the cross coming into a link. Here's Dep with the flank already. Press still happens. Euron falls.
1 enemy remaining.
1 more alive.
Spike
That's going to be
down
Saya
A.
player. 10 seconds.
10 seconds left.
Shouldn't be a win here. Can make it expensive though, which he does as he finds Laz. ZETA Division somehow manages to live the fight for another round.
I mean, it's very well played with how much Dep is controlling. Although T1 tries at a different strat, just trying to cut noise and then explode onto sight. It really was that flank from Dep, and not to mention some of the players on site to really find that some of these trades, soften up the blows, keep T1, feeling a bit of pressure. ZETA's not out of this game yet. That said, though, got Rossi on the Viper's Pit available now. Hirodan might have the Nightfall to counter that, but still a lot of options. Oh, no, okay, well, not that, though. That's not an option.
Dude just straight up walked into stairs. Not sure what that was about.
My camera is.
Anyways, step in the right direction at least here. Spots a couple of shock darts. Laz swings out. Does have a teammate right beside him, but is this going to be a quick little chase here from T1?
Oh, interesting.
Laz is in a really bad spot here, and
What was that shot?
3 kills! Death Laz! Sugar 0 on the blink of an eye, down, down, and down. Nightfall activated here. They got to try to make something happen, right? Because of the Viper's Pit. From Rossi looking a little bit too dangerous. The hot comes in. The pistol. 1 versus 1. Rossi still hidden inside.
Incredible day. It's an incredible game. Let's hear it from T1 with the interview on Kyungmin on the stage.
VCT Pacific Kickoff. Today's last win goes to T1. Shout out for T1, everyone. Woo! Yes, congratulations T1. 네, VCT Pacific Kickoff 이제 오늘의 마지막 승리를 T1이 가져갑니다. 지금 인터뷰 저희 함께 Excurate 인터뷰 들어보시죠. Excurate, congratulations for today's win.
Thank you so much.
I mean, 3 maps. It was really breathtaking moves. All fans shouting for you. So how do you feel about today's win?
I think today's win feels very important for us because this is our because I'm also a first time playing competitive Valorant, and then with my new team, with the new roster, we managed to go to the Pacific playoff. So it's really a good motivation for us to going for the next round.
Yeah, sure is. 이번 경기가 정말 중요했다고 답을 했는데요. 특히나 이제 플레이오프로 바로 넘어가고 이번 이제 2승으로 인해서 모든 팀한테 동기부여가 됐기 때문에 정말 중요하게 이겨서 정말 기쁘다는 말을 전했습니다. 다음 질문을 이어서 해보겠습니다. 이제 맵 2에서 완전 분위기를 전환시키면서 맵 3에서도 아주 멋진 무브들을 많이 보여줬는데 맵 2 이후에 팀원들과 어떤 이야기를 나눴는지 물어보겠습니다. I mean, you completely turned around starting from map 2, dominant moves on map 3. So I'm curious, like, what did your teammates talk about after map 2, winning map 2?
Honestly, for first map, we have a good comeback before, but it's about a bad call and a bit hesitation. That's why we kind of like give up that map. And then for map 2 and map 3, we just play our best and then just do it what we practicing and then we do it in the match. And then also Lotus is our strongest map, and also Sunset. Yeah, I think we just do it like what we do it in practice. And also I think ZETA playing really good. So Yeah, it was a really good match.
I mean, I heard your team screaming after map 2, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's like I don't know. They just like do that maybe to boost their motivation, but yeah, just like.
Okay. 네, 맵 1에서는 조금 이렇게 어려운 측면이 있었지만 맵 2에서는 이걸 완전히 극복이 가능했는데 아마도 연습한 게 맵 2에서 기량이 많이 드러났고 또 긴장도 많이 풀려서 그런 거 아닐까 저도 개인적으로 생각이 드는데요. 근데 또 맵 1에서 제타가 또 잘해줬기 때문에 맵 2에서는 그 집중된 전략을 많이 보일 수 있었다고 그리고 또 팀원들과 함께 막 소리 지르면서 기뻐했는데 이 소리를 지르면서 분위기도 전환시키고 더 맵 3에서 더 잘할 수 있었던 것 같습니다. For the last question, you know, Coach Autumn like totally believed for today's win for T1. So how happy would he be? 또 코치 아참이 오늘 T1의 승리를 100% 예감했거든요. 이거에 대해서 얼마나 행복해하실지 물어보겠습니다.
Yeah, I think I don't know how to say this, but yeah, just that this win I think is really meaningful for every one of us, and also I promise to my coach that we're gonna win this specific kickoff.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay. 팀 우리 코치뿐만 아니라 팀 전체에게 굉장히 의미 있는 순간이고 제가 꼭 이기겠다는 약속을 전했기 때문에 오늘 정말